Are we alone in the universe? Could be. Scientists engaged in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence work under the assumption that there is, in fact, intelligent life out there to be found. A new analysis may crush their optimism. To calculate the likelihood that they'll make radio contact with extraterrestrials, SETI scientists use what's known as the Drake equation, formulated in the 1960s by Frank Drake of the SETI Institute in California. It approximates the number of radio-transmitting civilizations in our galaxy at any one time by multiplying a string of factors: the number of stars, the fraction that have planets, the fraction of those that are habitable, the probability of life arising on such planets. But does anybody know the true probability of these things, its likelihood of becoming intelligent, and so on? The values of almost all these factors are highly speculative. Nonetheless, Drake and others have plugged in their best guesses and estimate that there are approximately 10,000 tech-savvy civilizations in the galaxy currently sending signals our way, a number that has led some scientists to predict that we'll detect alien signals within 2 decades. But that too is highly speculative. Their optimism relies on one factor in particular. In the equation, the probability of life arising on suitably habitable planets, ones with water, rocky surfaces, and atmospheres, is almost always taken to be 100%. As the reasoning goes, the same fundamental laws apply to the entire universe, and because those laws engendered the genesis of life on Earth, and relatively early in its history at that, they must readily spawn life elsewhere. But in a new paper published on arxiv.org, astrophysicist David Spiegel at Princeton University and physicist Edwin Turner at the University of Tokyo argue that this thinking is dead wrong. So, using a method called Bayesian reasoning, they argue that the life here on Earth could be common or it could be extremely rare. And they say there's no reason to prefer one conclusion over the other, according to human thought. With their new analysis, Spiegel and Turner say they have erased the one Drake factor scientists felt confident about and replaced it with a huge question mark. So, while it's true that life arose quickly on Earth within the planet's first few 100 million years, the researchers point out that if it hadn't done so, there wouldn't have been enough time for intelligent life, humans, to have evolved. In other words, everything is numbered. And, in effect, we're biased. It took at least 3.5 billion years for intelligent life to evolve on Earth, and the only reason we're able to contemplate the likelihood of life today is that its evolution happened to get started early. Although life began on this planet fairly soon after the Earth became habitable, this fact is consistent with life being arbitrarily rare in the universe. The authors state in the paper they prove this statement mathematically. The result doesn't mean we are alone, only that there's no reason to think otherwise. A Bayesian enthusiast of extraterrestrial life should be significantly encouraged by the rapid appearance of life on the early Earth, but cannot be highly confident on that basis. The authors conclude, our own existence implies very little about how many other times life has arisen, according to humans. 2 data points rather than just one would make all the difference, the researchers say. If life is found to have arisen independently on Mars, then scientists would be in a much better position to assert that, under the right conditions, the genesis of life is inevitable. Or again, so they say. But then the question could be, why is there any life at all, anywhere in the universe? And what is the purpose of that life? In conclusion, what is the purpose of humankind? Perhaps it's humanity's purpose to go and populate the stars, the galaxies, and the universe. And the planet Earth is like the incubator, and is the true homeworld planet. Yes, there is a reason for everything. But first, we must learn to take care of this planet before we go to other worlds. In other words, there's a purpose to everything. Perhaps humanity is still in its infancy. Because, again, everything is connected and everything is numbered. The Creator has a greater plan for humanity than we can even imagine yet. Genesis chapter 1, verse 20. And God said, Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that has life, and birds that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. 21. And God created great whales, and every living creature that moves, which the waters brought forth abundantly, after their kind, and every winged bird after his kind. And God saw that it was good. 22. And God blessed them, saying, Be fruitful, and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let birds multiply in the earth. 23. And the evening and the morning were the 5th day. 24. And God said, Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. 25. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creeps upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. 26. And God said, Let us make humans in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. 27. So God created humans in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. 28. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, Be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. 29. And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree, yielding seed. To you it shall be for something to eat. 30. And to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the air, and to every thing that creeps upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for nourishment. And it was so. 31. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the 6th day. 1 John chapter 5. Whosoever believes that Jesus is the Christ is born of God, and every one that loves him that begot loves him also that is begotten of him. 2. By this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and keep his commandments. 3. For this is the love of God, that we may keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. 4. For whatsoever is born of God overcomes the world, and this is the victory that overcomes the world, even our faith. 5. Who is he that overcomes the world, but he that believes that Jesus is the Son of God? 6. This is he that came by water and blood, even Jesus Christ, not by water only, but by water and blood. And it is the Spirit that bears witness, because the Spirit is truth. 7. For there are 3 that bear record in heaven, the Father, the Word, and the Holy Ghost, and these 3 are one. 8. And there are 3 that bear witness in earth, the Spirit, and the water, and the blood, and these 3 agree in one. 9. If we receive the witness of humans, the witness of God is greater, for this is the witness of God which he has testified of his Son. Yes, it's time for all prophecy to be fulfilled. It's time for humanity and humankind to find its place in the universe and its purpose. And all these are more physical manifestations of the book of Revelation. The fourth angel is sounding